What's good? Welcome into College Football Now by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Happy to have you with us on today's show. We have the latest happenings in the college football transfer portal, some coaching news. Also, we have a quarterback that's declared for the NFL draft already. We'll go over all of that and more in just a few moments from right now. Before we do, we now know the final four teams in the college football playoff. Who's going to walk home with the Natty this year? Will it be the Georgia Bulldogs? Will it be the Michigan Wolverines? What about the TCU Horned Frogs or Ohio State? Get your predictions in now. I'm going to make it real simple for you. Type G for Georgia, type M for Michigan, type T for TCU, or type O for the Ohio State. Let us know in the comments section who you got, who's going to take home the title. We begin with some shocking news today out of Cincinnati as Scott Satterfield has accepted the Cincinnati head coaching position, leaving Louisville. Surprising news to see Scott Satterfield go to a rival, a team that Cincinnati is going to be playing in their bowl game in a couple of weeks in the Fenway Bowl. And who will Satterfield represent in that game? That'll be interesting when that occurs. But nonetheless, the odd part about this hire was Cincinnati was a very attractive coaching job as they make their way into the Big 12 Conference, going to the college football playoff a year ago. And in all honesty, Scott Satterfield did not have a lot of success in his time at Louisville. So to make this change, is this the right fit for Cincinnati to go into the Big 12 and have success at that level? Their administration made this move, they said they believe, because they like what they saw at the Power 5 level from Satterfield. So something to keep in mind. So now, who will be the next head coach at Louisville? What about Jeff Brohm from Purdue? Jeff Brohm has Louisville ties. Remember, he played there. He also coached a professional football team in Louisville as well, was on staff at that university. Could this be time for a homecoming? We've talked in the past many times about Jeff Brohm coming back to Louisville, but now is the timing right for him to leave Purdue and come home to Louisville? Very interesting. He is by far the leading candidate for this job. So now it's your turn here on College Football Now. Get rowdy for me in the comments section. You're going with Jeff Brohm to Louisville. Should he take that job? If you think he should, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in. You think Brohm should take the Louisville job or not? Y for yes, in for no. Let me know. And now we move on. Let's talk about the transfer portal. We begin with Phil Jurokvec, the quarterback out of Boston College. He is committed to Pitt, according to ESPN college football insider Pete Thamel. And Pitt needed to find a quarterback as Slovis, who was their starter this past year, transferred in from USC. He is now entering the transfer portal. Remember, they had Kenny Pickett a year ago, so this will be their third different starting quarterback in the last 3 years. And the numbers aren't anything that jumps off the page from what we saw from him in 2022. Less than 60% completion percentage, just over 1,700 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, and 8 picks. And for Phil, this is going to be his third different school in his college career. Began at Notre Dame, was there from 2018 to 2019, and spent the last 2 seasons at Boston College, and now will stay in the ACC, going to Pitt, a rival of Boston College there. He's also, worth noting, from Pittsburgh as well. So how well is Phil going to play at Pittsburgh? Do we see him take a step up, or is he going to be kind of just what he's been at this point in his career? Scale it for me in the comments section, 1 through 10, how well he will play. Let me know in the comments section below how you're feeling about Phil there at Pitt. Today's show is brought to you by Fetch. Fetch is a super easy-to-use and free app that lets you earn rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt, and you can earn points for your purchases, and the process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. So let me show you how simple it is. All you do is open up the Fetch app, press the orange camera button, and snap a photo of your receipt. Then hit submit, and you'll see the confetti pop up showing that you've earned more reward points. It's a simple process. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. You can then redeem those points for gift cards at Amazon, Starbucks, or any of the hundreds of retailers and restaurants available. Fetch is available on iPhone and Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/fetch, and enter the promo code CHAT to sign up for 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. That's the equivalent of a free $5 gift card to get started. It's a free app, and the 5,000 bonus points is only for a limited time, so get started now. Chatsports.com/fetch. Enter the promo code CHAT. The link is also in the comments and the description of today's video. Let's get you the latest on Anthony Richardson. The Florida quarterback, who has been on draft boards for quite some time, is officially declaring for the 2023 NFL Draft. And in all honesty, there was a lot of hype about Anthony Richardson entering this year, but he didn't necessarily play that great. But even with that, Mel Kiper Jr. currently has Anthony Richardson as the number 4 quarterback prospect in this upcoming draft. I don't know if that says more about the quarterbacks not being great or if they see something in Richardson that we just didn't see this year. Started 12 games in 2022, had a 6-6 record, and you can see the numbers were less than stellar for Richardson. A near 57% completion percentage, 3,100 yards, 24 passing touchdowns, a lot of interceptions, 15 to be exact, but did rush for over 1,100 rushing yards and had 12 rushing touchdowns. So a true dual threat, and we'll see where he ends up. Personally, I would be shocked if he is a first-round quarterback. I don't know what the scouts necessarily would be seeing to make him a first-round quarterback personally, but I could be wrong. What say you? Chime in. I doubt I'm wrong, though. Tell me, true or false, Anthony Richardson will not get drafted in round 1. If you agree with that statement, type T for true. If you disagree with that statement, type F for false. Let me know in the comments section. Anthony Richardson, we believe here on College Football Now, will not get drafted in the first round. T for true, F for false. We got you covered each and every day here on College Football Now. This is the place to be for the latest happenings in the greatest sport on the face of the earth in college football. We're covering the transfer portal with the latest buzz. We're also all over these coaching changes. We're getting you ready for bowl season, counting you down to the college football playoff. If you are alive, you need to subscribe to Chat Sports for the latest happenings in college football. Smash that sub button, youtube.com/@chatsports. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. All right, before we go, let's get you some of the latest transfer portal buzz of some things going on in the portal as the floodgates have opened now to see where guys end up. We begin with DJ U, and talk about a crazy turn of events over the last couple of days. DJ U gets benched in the ACC title game, and then within days, hours, minutes, he's in the transfer portal declaring that he's leaving Clemson. And for DJ U, remember, this is a guy that was a former 5-star quarterback coming out. There was a lot of hype, a lot of potential. This guy was doing Dr. Pepper commercials before he was even the full-time starter at Clemson. And Clemson probably wishes they would have just left him in Fansville based on what they got out of him over the last couple of years. He was a big disappointment. He certainly needs a fresh start to really kickstart his career and see where things go. Meanwhile, with this Clemson program, you turn things over to Klubnik, who was terrific in the ACC title game. A lot of hype, a lot of potential there with him. And quite frankly, if he would have been the starter instead of DJU, I think they would have been in the college football playoff. So brighter days are ahead for one of the brightest oranges out there at Clemson. Michigan tight end Eric All is moving on. Now, what does that mean? That's left up to interpretation. Does that mean the NFL draft? Does that mean the transfer portal? We're still waiting to see at this point in time, but something to monitor there. Michigan, I don't think is going to miss him that much, though. Was not a guy that was heavily involved this year. And one more note, let's talk about Zach Calzada. The Auburn quarterback has entered the transfer portal. and he was the backup quarterback this year for the Auburn Tigers, and this will be his third school. Remember, he was at Texas A&M. Auburn has a new head coach in Hugh Freeze coming in to the fold as he moves over from Liberty. You have to imagine that Hugh Freeze is going to be looking around trying to find his guy. Could Calzada end up in his third SEC school? That'll be something to monitor. Where he goes, we'll let you know here on College Football Now. Before we go, where will DJU end up? His name is certainly going to be a popular one to see what destination he'll be at. Let us know in the comments section. Get your predictions in where DJU will go, the former five-star quarterback. Where will he call home in 2023? And as always, you can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live, talking college football on those social media platforms. And I'll see you next time right here on College Football Now.